Hello, today we will recap a horror thriller movie from 2005, titled The Exorcism of Emily Rose. Spoilers ahead, watch out and enjoy. Emily Rose, a dead girl, makes an appearance at the beginning of the film. People were expressing their feelings about her death. Her death, according to her teacher, is mysterious. The church father exaggerated a story, that she is possessed by demons, so he performed an exorcism on her. It implies that he used to recite the prayers to expel the demons, and that the father is responsible for Emily's death. This case's news had now spread throughout the city. Erin, a female lawyer, is hired to handle the father's court case. Erin was unwilling to deal with this court case, but it is proposed that if she wins, she will be promoted to the senior position. As a result, she agrees to deal with this court case. Erin is now paying a visit to Father. Father tells her, "I will tell the world everything Emily has gone through." Emily's mother is now visited by the lawyer, who tells her that Emily was very amiable, jolly, and scholastic. She went to the city to further her education after receiving a scholarship. The trouble started from that time. Everyone had come to the court, and another lawyer spoke against the father, who was hired by the teacher. He informs the court that Emily died as a result of father's exorcism practice. There is a cure for everything, but her treatment was halted because father practiced exorcism. She might be able to survive if he avoided it. There is a sitting lady who had come there as a witness. She reveals that the first time Emily was attacked by a demon was when she was studying in the city and staying in a hostel. When Emily awoke at 3 a.m. one night, everything was beginning to happen mysteriously. Doors were opening and closing on their own, and Emily's house clocks had also stopped working. Then she feels the weight of a demon on her shoulders, as well as agony in her body. Emily's condition deteriorated as a result of this. Then she tells her mother and this lady everything. The doctor then says, "I was treating Emily because she used to have hallucinations. Father wrong to stop her treatment, and he is responsible for her death." But, lawyer Erin points out, what were the body scars and the felt agony, and why didn't you treat her properly? She wasn't insane, but she was possessed by a demon. Erin moves to meet Father again after his arrest by the police. Father warns her, "You will also have to be alert, because it is known that those demons were brought into the hospital from the hostel." Emily had seen demons in the sky, and she was also seeing demons in other people. Then Emily's friend appears. He informs her that her condition had deteriorated as a result of the outbreaks. He claims she used to scream and cry a lot. "She once said to me while crying, 'Never ever leave me,' and I have never left her since. I will tell the truth about what she went through." Erin had begun to sense all of these things by this point. Her house's clock stopped working at 3 a.m., and doors closed on their own. Father, on the other hand, is confronted with an unpleasant situation. He sees a demon, but it vanishes when Father recites the prayer. Erin was irritated as a result, and she slept poorly that night. She was late for court because she woke up late in the morning. Father says after seeing Erin's condition, that he advised her to take care of herself. "You must be more cautious because demons will try to attack you." The opposite lawyer introduces another doctor, and he does not favor Father. The doctor also says the same, that she was suffering from a mental health disorder. These were her beliefs about having a mental illness. Immediately Erin speaks, "I know that neither she was insane nor superstitious, because she was getting weak with the passage of time. Her body was covered in scars." She tells the court Father was assisting her in evicting the demons. Following that, Emily's friend and father take a stand, claiming Emily was on medication. If she had an illness, medication could help her, but she was getting sicker day by day. So we know Emily did not have a mental health disorder, but rather was possessed by some of the demons. Her appetite had been destroyed by her fear. Emily's friend Moore claims that she once stared at me strangely, while lying down on the floor, when I woke up at night, and her eyes had turned black. Then it is shown that Emily's sister goes outside at night to see her. Emily is eating cockroaches in the kitchen, which she notices. When she sees her sister, she begins to scream and scratch the wall with her nails. She had absorbed enormous power that humans could not possibly imagine. Emily is conversing with them in multiple languages. The next day, the scene unfolds in court, and Erin invites a lady doctor. That lady doctor used to conduct scientific investigations into supernatural occurrences. She claims that exorcism practice was best for her and that she had no mental illness. But doctors had disabled her brain activity at that spot and labeled her mentally ill. As a result, the exorcism had no effect on her. Now Erin meets a doctor who says I was also there during the exorcism practice, and he says I detected whether or not exorcism affects Emily, and the practice was started later. If Erin had known about Father's accusation earlier, she believes it would have been removed. Because the doctor was present and witnessed everything, and Father may not face any charges. Erin now turns to Father and asks, "Why didn't you reveal it earlier?" Father claims that the doctor himself restricted me to keep him away from this. But the doctor exposed himself when he noticed that the father is being put under the allegation. The doctor also informs Emily that she is being controlled by 6 demons. We had a tape recorder with us. We recorded demon sounds in it while practicing exorcism on her, and he hands over the cassette tape to her. Then it is shown that Erin hears the terrifying sound at 3 a.m. while waking up. She notices that these sounds were echoing from the tape recorder. She is relieved that it was only a tape recorder. Suddenly, she realizes who turned it on. She becomes terrified, and Father tells her that he used to face the same thing at 3 a.m. After the exorcism, those demons tried to kill me. I was threatened, but I never lost faith. The recording is then played in front of the judge by Erin. She also mentions the doctor who used to work with him at the exorcism practice. He is now also a witness. According to Father, Emily used to utter mysterious sounds during spiritual practice on her. She used to hit herself, and Emily spoke digits 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Emily jumps out of the room during exorcism when Father begins to ask the names of demons. She sat in the horse's stable and began to yell. However, Father resumes spiritual practice, despite demons' best efforts to stop him. Emily used to experience discomfort in her body, as Father marks the crucifix sign on her body while practicing exorcism. Inquiring about the identities of demons, she said the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then she screams out the names of those 6 demons. They were able to communicate in a variety of languages, including Arabic, Greek, German, and Latin. She screamed for several hours after that. Hearing this, the father's opponent's lawyer says, "Every human being can talk in both languages. It's not a big deal." Her spoken language could very well have been read by her. That doctor, who was with Father during spiritual practice, does not appear in court to testify. Erin approaches him, and he says, "No, I don't want to be a part of this case. Something is scaring me." At the same time, he looked behind Erin. There appears to be something visible for him. Later, he is killed in an accident. Erin is discouraged because she sees no hope of winning the court case. Then it appears that Father has been defamed throughout the city, and news about him is being printed in the newspaper. Father hands over a note written by Emily to Erin, stating that when she awoke after a few hours of exorcism, she heard some sounds. While detecting those voices, she meets a girl of her identity. She questions why I am the only one suffering. That girl responds, "I understand your pain." She tells her, "Come with me, you'll be relieved of your pain. These demons will irritate you greatly if you stop here," but Emily continues to confront the demons despite her death. Emily, according to Father, sacrifices her life to show the world while agonizing herself. However, another attorney continued to object to Father. Erin speaks up suddenly, "You can suspect either Father killed Emily or not, but you cannot suspect that Father assisted Emily. He keeps his nose to the grindstone to save Emily, and you cannot decline it." The court then announces its decision. It is certain that Father will face the music, but it is also known that his announced punishment was sufficient in the prison, which he spent during this prosecution. Now that his sentence has been served, Father is free to go. It demonstrates that Father did not murder her. It is now proposed to Erin that she be promoted to senior partner in a law firm, but she refuses. She transferred this data ahead, and after searching for it, the film was made on this. According to a true story, the girl had been possessed by 6 demons. She died during the fight, and father had performed exorcisms on her numerous times. But those demons were so powerful that they wouldn't let anyone save Emily, and the film ends here as well. So this was the story of the film, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, released in 2005. If you liked the story, then do watch the full film, and if you want to watch more such amazing recaps, then do subscribe to our channel. See you in the next recap.